So this is such a nuanced question because the short answer is yes, it's possible to stall weight loss. I think you see it, and you used to see it a lot on TV shows like The Biggest Loser, where they'd lose 20 pounds the first week. It would be all water loss because of they're decreasing their inflammation from all the crappy foods they were eating. But over time, it would stall, even though they were cutting calories way too much. They were cutting down to 800 calories a day, and they're still weighing 350 pounds. Yeah, it's possible, but this is about how the body regulates itself across a number of different parameters, calories in, amount of calories you've stored, hormones and their regulation or dysregulation, so insulin, leptin, ghrelin, all of these other hormones working together. For the most part, if you are fat and keto adapted, then as long as you feel good, you will lose weight and continue to reduce your body fat as you restrict calories. We see this with people who will do, my wife just did a 7-day water fast, right? And she felt great the whole time. And she didn't, she got to a point where she stopped losing so much weight, and she kind of regulated in that regard. And then she started eating again and everything was fine. So yes, it's possible, but that's not really, I think the question we need to ask ourselves is, how am I able to burn off my stored body fat and maintain my muscle mass? And in order to do that, you have to build metabolic flexibility. Once you build metabolic flexibility, now you can tap into your stored body fat when you don't eat. You can burn ketones when you don't eat. You can burn carbohydrates when you do eat, and glycogen when you do eat, and all of those things. Yes, it's possible, but that's not something I'd worry about if I have full metabolic flexibility. So the old story about this was exactly that if you ate too little, that you would cannibalize muscle tissue, and it's muscle tissue that burns calories for the most part, right? So if we lose that part of us that burns calories, then we will stall in our efforts to burn stored body fat. So yeah, if you're a sugar burner from the get-go, and all you've done is rely on carbohydrates from one meal to the next for most of your life, when you withhold calories, when you diet, when you cut calories way back, you can slow your metabolism down. That way you can actually tap into your muscle stores and cannibalize that muscle tissue. Catabolize is the term that we use. Because the body wants to make more glucose. It's not used to burning fat. It's not used to using ketones. It wants to make more glucose, and the only source of glucose is the muscle tissue, that the amino acids that are in the muscle tissue. So you don't want to go down that path. But if you are metabolically flexible, if you're keto and fat adapted, that does not become an issue. Yeah, so in some cases, I will hear of people who say, geez, Mark, I've hit this plateau. I did the work. I'm metabolically flexible. I'm only eating 1,200 calories a day. And one of the interesting things about that is that 1,200 calories a day is a lot of calories for some people. It's probably more than a maintenance level for some people, especially some people who have become metabolically flexible. We think of metabolism like, I want to build a fast metabolism and I want to be able to burn. And is that really what you want? I mean, do you want to have a fast metabolism just for the sake of having a fast metabolism? Because across all species, those animals that actually have the slowest metabolism live the longest. So is it possible that you could have your metabolism slow down in a good way, in a way that continues to allow you to burn body fat, that maintains your muscle mass and your strength and does not tap into your muscle reserves, and that allows you to be more efficient with the calories that you take in? The ideal scenario is that you develop this flexibility, you burn off body fat, you learn how to use ketones, and that you're not hungry. And as long as you're not hungry, then I think you can keep reducing the calories to a point where if your body is thriving on fewer and fewer calories, that's not a bad thing. And if your metabolism has slowed down, and you are still strong and have are either gaining strength or maintaining strength, and you're not getting sick and you're not cold and you're not showing any sort of symptoms, it would be kind of fun to play with how few calories you can get away with in a day and still thrive. I mean, that's really the essence of of being human is tapping into this metabolic efficiency as well as metabolic flexibility. Metabolic efficiency means we're able to do more with fewer calories being wasted in the process. Many animal studies will show that when you're calorically efficient and it takes fewer and fewer calories to get through your day and to continue to thrive, animals tend to live longer under those conditions. Now, whether that's true for humans remains to be seen. I happen to believe that it is true.